This morning I woke up with a crazy idea. Can I make an entire horror level with your help? Yes, we can do it and we do it now, because after this video you can comment below and your comments, your suggestions, the best of course, will be applied to the real project. So if you want to participate, see the entire video and comment below. So guys, in this episode we will create only the basic atmosphere and the basic foundation, so let's get started. Now we can create the prototype. The prototype of this project is firstly the darkness, because we want a dark environment, a dark scene. After that we want the status, so we can take this status and simply change the position of this statue to surprise the player. And it's very important, the horror sounds. The sound is very important because a sound can make the entire game, and in reality this concept can be applied to every game, but of course the horror game is literally built on the sounds. And after that we want an exit. We want an exit, a safe way to complete the scenarios, and this is basically the lantern. A lantern because can make a little bit of light, but not so much. So it's difficult to find it, but also very natural. After the prototype, we want also to take a character from the Mixamo library and simply take some animation that we want, because we want only a frame, not the entire animation, and simply export it, okay? And we use it later in Unreal. So now we are in the viewport, and yes, I want to import everything in it. And in the meantime, I want to explain to you my idea for this project and also, of course, this episode. Because I want to create an atmosphere, okay? So I want to create a darker level, and so this concept, basically some statues that move around, and also the sensation that you are in the level. And this is very complicated, so if you have some suggestions, please comment below, because really I want to create a scary level, and this is very difficult in reality. If you think, well, many games have this little problem. Maybe in the first hour is everything very horror and very well done, but in reality after maybe 1 hour or 2 you notice a loop, you notice the loop of the game, and in that moment you realize that yes, the enemy is, yes, it's very scary and maybe it seems unpredictable, but in reality you can predict everything, because of course the enemy has a pattern. And this, when you notice the loop, is kill basically the game, because the game, the horror game, is built on this system. To avoid this, every single mechanic that we want to apply to this project must be surprisingly, and this is very difficult, but maybe we can do it. So in the meantime, as you can see, I create the floor, and also in this case the material of the floor, that is basically a dark material, and with a roughness of 0, and this is impossible in the real life, but of course in the real engine it's not a problem. So after this, basically I have a complete darker scene, and with that, of course, I can, if you press play, you are in a complete dark scene with a light. The light is upon the player, and you can see the light is moving with the player because it's in the same blueprint. And this is the first step, of course, because you have the character, you move it, and also you must demonstrate everything to the player with the light. So from now on we can also modify a little bit. I modify the camera because in reality we want a little closer. And so from now we can build also the status system. I really recommend to use a static mesh. because instance static mesh is useful, but of course it's more complex of a static mesh that is moving, because this system works like this. We create a static mesh and apply the mesh of the static mesh based on a number, an integer number that is random. So of course we can apply the mesh in a random way to the static mesh, and we move this statue in the level. Okay, so we use the coordinate, the location of the player, to try to predict his movement and create the statue like 600 meters, okay, something like this. And yes, this works very fine, but of course if you want to create a loop, you must also create the limitation of the loop. Otherwise, in reality, the editor cannot run it, because of course it can create some problems to the hardware, to the CPU, etc. So with a simple condition we can control that, and I also create a little timer, okay. So in reality this system seems works pretty well, but of course if you have some suggestion on it to create a more interesting like random way, a more interesting creation system, okay, you can simply comment, and yes, every comment is of course accepted. So now of course we have the problem. What the problem is basically the ground, the high ground, because the z-axis have some problem. So we can also change the timer, change of course the zeta. We use only the x and the epsilon, and the zeta in reality you can simply choose it. Maybe you want to check every static mesh to avoid some problems, okay. And in reality with the light on and also the light on the statue, we can create a really interesting atmosphere. And in this moment in reality I was very surprised, because yes, with two lights, a darker environment, and also one simple character and two like frame, okay, you can simply create an interesting level. And guys, this is basically the episode, and I tried not to boring you, but if you have some suggestions, please comment below, and now we can see to the next time. Bye bye guys.